我好怕我会笑场哦。
没关系，可以笑。
已经开了。
已经开了。
Hello everyone. Welcome to our final presentation of the reentry results case study. We have all of our team members here, and please move on to the next slide, please.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. For this presentation, we would like to give there are 4 main parts in our presentation: background, SWOT, the analysis of the market, and at last we will give some of our recommendations based on our research. Okay, next. Let's start with our introduction from Lucy.
Okay, so Raintree Resort International is a provider of innovative and flexible multi-resort timeshare and private resident club accommodations in 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The company was started in 1997 and its headquarters is in Texas, United States. The CEO is currently considering various options to move the company forward. Among his options is whether to expand the company by continuing to offer the same product or to change the customer experience. The CEO is also faced with making a decision on whether to upgrade the current properties or acquire new properties. Moving forward, the company faces various key issues. Next page, please. One of them is the declining number of members. Currently, the membership is declining at a rate of 5% annually. Another issue facing the company is the high cost of operations. From their income statement, operation costs account for about 60% of their expenses. Declining sales are also a major concern for the company. The sales have declined from $44 million in 2009 to $3.5 million in 2014. Raintree also faces the issue of market disruption in the hospitality industry by new entrants such as Airbnb. And moving forward, we have the competitive environment. The CEO is facing external stiff competition from re-owned brands. The time-sharing resort business is dominated by internationally recognized brands such as Hilton, Marriott, Holiday Inn, and Diamond Resorts. The intensity of rivalry among existing players is high, then the profitability will be low in the industry. It is also facing the threats of new entrants, such as Airbnb, which is quite popular among younger tourists. With an economic recession, visiting luxury resorts is among the things that people give up because it is not a basic need. Provided with lower cost yet more flexible options of homestay or tourism experiences worldwide, people tend to make their own choices of whether to stay at a nice apartment or a more creative place, which makes the trip more fun. In this case, Raintree might need to innovate and look for new destinations. And moving forward.
So we are moving forward to the SWOT analysis. So I will start with strengths analysis. So the strengths of Raintree is that they are the premier provider of innovative and flexible multi-resort time sharing and private residence club in North America. So the biggest advantage is like Raintree has a long history and they survived from the collapse of the credit market in the late 2008, which gave an excellent opportunity to acquire defaulted properties at a lower price. Also, we should understand even though the membership is declining, but they still get very stable cash flow from the existing membership annual fee. So next slide, please. So In addition to that, the timeshare industry is on the rise. There is 8 straight years of sales growth and a high average occupancy rate. However, the average maintenance cost is relatively flat with only a 1% increase. So the most important thing is that the CEO of Raintree has a good vision and always ready for new challenge. He already identified the challenge is facing and trying to make some changes. So next we will move to the weakness analysis.
Then we have the weaknesses of Raintree. Firstly, it is in a weak financial position. An attempt to raise equity by going public was unsuccessful, and the company is in debt. Raintree had to sell 2 of its resorts in Arizona and Acapulco in order to reduce its debt. In order to expand, the company requires funds which are currently unavailable. Such a financial problem limits the choices that the CEO has in his plans for the future of the business. Another weak point of Raintree is the low customer conversion rate. For the organization to 1,500 new members, it has to approach 7,500 prospects. This translates to a 20% customer conversion rate, which is quite low. The business thus incurs huge costs in the acquisition of customers. It needs to increase its customer conversion rate if it is to remain competitive in the timeshare industry. The other major disadvantage of Raintree is high resort operation costs. In the year of 2016, resort operation prices accounted for about 60% of the total expenses and were 55% of their revenues. The company needs to find ways to reduce these prices in order to increase profitability and remain competitive in the industry. Then we'll have the opportunities.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the opportunities. So opportunities are macro environment factors and the developments that Raintree destinations can leverage either to consolidate existing market position or use them for future expansion. Opportunities can emerge from various factors such as changes in customer preference, technological innovation, political developments, or policy changes, economic growth, and increase in customer disposable income. So now I'm going to talk about the details. So first one is driven by rising disposable income, easy access to information, and the fast adoption of high-tech products. Customers today are more willing to try new products in the market. It is an opportunity for Raintree to leverage brand recognition in new segments. Second one, Raintree can use the emerging trend to lower the cost of new products launched through third parties and social networks. Also, opportunities in online space provides Raintree more efficient way and larger space to develop their customers and promote their products. The first one is there is a trend of customers migrating to high-end products. It is a great opportunity for Raintree, who has strong brand recognition and excellent customer service. The last one is increasing government regulations can provide Raintree an opportunity to increase the customer base when customers have to migrate from unorganized operators to licensed players. So we're going to next part.
Okay, so talking about the stress of Raintree, the stress of the company mainly comes from 2 resources. The first one will be the competition from global renowned brands, like the brands like Hilton and Marriott we all know, like from luxury to civilian, like brands like not only like Hilton, Marriott, but also Holiday Inn. They provide all kinds of competitive from different level of the markets. Besides that, there are also competition from new brands and new entrants as well. This mainly um, are the startups that we have talked about already, like Airbnb, who is our strong player in the market right now, who is also giving the stretch to Raintree. So next, we'll talk about the trend of the market based on one of the analysis we found on the website, online. Over the next 5 years, global vacation ownership, the timeshare resort market, will register an 8.3% CAGR in terms of revenue. The global market size will reach US dollar like $21,700 million by 2024, and from US is sharing the 13,500 million in 2019, according Costello in 2019. And as for the global vacation ownership industry, industry structure is relatively concentrated in USA, like where the top three manufacturers have actually 44.57% revenue market share in 2017. And also the competitions are in various fields, which includes location, quality of the accommodation, price, several like levels and amenities, financing terms, quality of service, terms of property use, etc. So moving to the next slides, we're going to talk about the disruptive timeshare industry.
So, like, when we're talking about the disruptive timeshare industry, we should notice that Airbnb has the biggest and strongest disruptive timeshare industry. They are offering like more flexible plan for the users, which allow freedoms of selecting location and vacation time, a different level of like occupancy, which makes the user very comfortable, and their user interface is much more concise and useful than whomever like in the traditional timeshare industry. Next slide, please. So we believe like there will be like several ways to improve the time sharing industry. The first thing we identify is like time industry's advantage is that the user has the partial entity of the property, which is other rental business won't give. So aiming at a better customer experience, the company should not lock a client with one room forever. So we recommend a backup room ownership or credit should be allowed for a happy client every year, so they can increase the happiness from the customers. Next slide, please. So the next thing, very difficulty for all users of time sharing industry is that it's really hard to resell their ownership of the room. So it will be a good idea to create a way for the client to sell their time sharing, so that overall quantity of membership can be maintained at a healthy level. And this strategy will improve the customer experience as well. So this part was done, and let's move to the next section.
So now I'm going to talk about what kind of business should Raintree be in. So there are two directions. The first one is access to international talent in global markets. Expansion into international markets can help Raintree destinations to bring the talent into the domestic market and expand into new areas. However, Raintree is still facing the challenge of limited access to high-level talent market. The second one is also e-commerce business can help Raintree to tie up with local suppliers and logistic providers in international market. Social media growth and working with local platform can help to reduce the cost of entering new markets and reaching to customers at significantly lower marketing budget. So we're going to the next part.
Yeah, thank you for the listening, and this is our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.